Hey YouTube, what's going on? I have a new surprise today. This is Ryad with Eats the RC, and hope you guys are doing all right, doing good. I did want to remind you that I want some feedback from you on the types of videos you want to see from me. Do you want me to focus on the small stuff, the 28 scale, 143 scale, or do you want me to start getting bigger stuff and reviewing that? I've got a ton of really big stuff that I've never reviewed on the channel. Well, I have reviewed that one, but let me know. Put it in the comments. But I really appreciate you guys and appreciate you subscribing, liking, and sharing. Let's get at this. So I've done a comparison between the Micro B when it was first released. That video was popular. It must have had 30,000 views. Imagine if all 30,000 subscribed. I compared it to the GT24, which up until this point was my favorite all-wheel drive buggy. I really, really enjoy these, especially when you upgrade them with the low C original micro shocks, the oil shocks. These are great. It works really well. But we have a new entrant in the field. This just came in today. It is called the Vagrant. It's silly. But anyway, let's open it up. Let's look at it. I set out some little jumps. We're gonna ride mainly the Micro B around and this thing around and kind of compare the two. This was on AliExpress. It's like 45, 50 bucks, but I paid $60 on a pre-order for it, which I'm not too thrilled about because they waited a long time to send me this. I got it from Best Buy boxes, but that's okay. I think I am probably the second or third person on YouTube getting one of these. Hopefully, maybe I'll be one of the first few to get it out and review it. But it looks a lot like the Micro B. What do you think? And it's supposed to have lipo tires, metal differential, supposed to have a gyro, metal ball cups and stuff. I think this has metal ball cups. Yeah, it's got metal in the back here. Anyway, let's take a look at it. Got some tools, charger, and the typical tiny thin pamphlet style instruction manual from WL. Let's take a look at this tiny little remote. It feels small. Like I have big long fingers. Look, it just feels like I really gotta like put my fingers back here. So I really prefer the original. I think they're trying to find a small form factor, but I like I'm trying to find the Micro B remote real quick. What did I do with it? Where's my Micro B remote? All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was going to get the Micro B remote. Look at this thing. It's nice. Just the quality of it is just eons above this tiny little thing. But, you know, for the money, it may actually be worth every penny. So we got steering trim, gyro trim. That's cool. Multiple speeds. Assuming if you add lights, maybe it has lights. You can have an on light button, and then that's the speed. I don't know what this reverse CCS thing. We'll see. Maybe reverse the steering. So here's the car. Where's the battery? It's probably in the car. Let me get something to cut it. We'll take a closer look and line it up right next to the Micro B. I saw some videos on this, but they did not line it up exactly next to it. So let's see. Nearly identical wheelbase. That's crazy. This is, I would say, a flagrant, whatever you call it. You know what I'm trying to say here. So this has oil shocks, the Micro B, and it has like a really nice, the way it lands is really nice. Let me bring this thing lower like this so you can see it better. All right. Why is this coming down? Don't come down. Stay up. All right, I'm gonna move some of these remotes and stuff out there. This is the Micro B. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, moment of truth. Oh no, no oil. That's really gonna affect the way it jumps. But the good thing about it is, I bet you can buy some Micro B shocks for like, I think they're like $20. Get some Micro B shocks and, where's my calipers? Some Micro B shocks, which are, give or take, this is not an exact science here. They're about 30, let's just call them 30 millimeter shocks in the front. In the back, I think they're a little bit longer. Let's see. Come on. I think they're 35 in the back. Okay, so 30 in the front, 35 in the back. Let's see if these are about the same size. Yep, 31, so that's 30. So you just need a set of front shocks for about, that's about 30 millimeter shocks. So you can use the low-C ones. You know, the cool thing is this was only like 60 bucks. You can buy them for 45, and I'm sure you throw a few bucks at it, and I am almost positive that it's gonna be able to hang with this for half the money. But let's check out the rear shocks here. Or you could throw some thick grease in these and dampen it. We could also try that first and just see how it works. All right, the rear is, give or take, 35. All right, so all right, let's open it up and look inside. All right, that's cool. It's got this little thing here. This is Velcro, which kind of is annoying. I prefer this clip system. I'm not a fan of the artwork, but it's cool, I guess. There you go. That looks a lot the same, doesn't it? Got the ESC on top, right here. ESC receiver on top. Battery bared underneath, battery bared underneath. Like, I would have expected a little bit of like, what do you call it? Little bit of ingenuity. This thing is like a 1-for-1, bro. WLToys. I don't think you guys are gonna send me any cars, are you? But that's okay. Same size motor. Look, you want a Micro B for $120, $130 and you can't afford it, get one of these. They're like 50 bucks. And so you could probably put some grease in the shocks, which I'll do. I'll do a follow-up video with grease in the shocks, and then maybe I'll upgrade them with low-C shocks, because I think you can buy Injora ones for like 20, or you can buy the real low-C ones for 15 or 20. I'll put a picture in between the video clips. So let's power it up. What am I, Canadian? Let's power it up and see how it drives, and I'll drive them back to back on just this little area here. Kind of jump, go under the BMW, go back here and jump, and you can see kind of my car garage. I got too many real toys on top of these little fake toys. But let me get some batteries and stuff in here, and we'll fire them up. All right, we're back. We got some batteries in here. I want to show you guys something that's a little bit annoying. Hopefully yours doesn't do that. That's not staying in place. So you have to screw this back in. All right, let's turn this on. Where does it turn on? All right, that's the power button. And let's turn this on. Let's put the battery in here. It's got a balance plug, and then it got the regular plug, which I think is the same plug. Damn, it's the same plug as the Micro B. This isn't about as flagrant as it gets, guys. All right, where do you turn this thing on? Where's the power button? Oh, here's this little, see it? Right here. You just push it. Oh, there you go. It's got a little servo saver, all plastic ends. Actually, like the construction of it is like, you know, I always like at this scale, I always think about the K989 and how inconsistent things were. This is actually very smooth. And I think once you get a little bit of grease in these shocks, they're gonna do much better. In fact, at the end of this video, I'm gonna upgrade this with just a little, grease, like thick grease, and see if that'll kind of get it to dampen. And then maybe eventually I'll probably put some shocks on it. But let me move this up here and lower it and just run it a little bit. Show you the speeds. Speed, that's 2, that's 3, 1. 2. Let's see if it's faster than the Micro B. Put the body on, put the clip in. All right, let's go. All right, we're gonna scratch the hell out of the bottom of that. Okay. Now this is 1. It kind of loses, well, obviously that's a very slick surface and it's gonna lose traction very easily. But let's see if I can turn a gyro up. Oh yeah, here, let's turn gyro halfway. Battery might be running low on this. Let's turn gyro up. I think that's really cool that they put a gyro in this. Okay, it's time to run these. Here's what I noticed off the bat, and I'll show you kind of some of the running footage. This is with the gyro turned on. I'm going to turn the gyro on. About 3/4 of the way. You kind of need the gyro with this car, and here's why. It doesn't have oil in the suspension, but the tires on these is where it really shines. These are soft and have a ton of grip, and you'll hear the car gripping on this slick concrete. The tires are just much higher quality, and they have like really good grip. These are not as soft. The fronts have great grip. The back have terrible grip. So you'll see the car going, even on rough concrete, it'll just flip. It'll just like oversteer tremendously. This grips and this is just loose, and you'll see it. Let me just show you. I'm gonna first run the Micro B because that's a known entity. And then we'll run the WL. Again, I'm gonna just turn around here, jump, go into the car, and go around the other way. All right, let's see this. All right, we're gonna start with the Micro B. We'll do 3 laps, and then we'll do the other one 3 laps, and you get an idea. We'll just turn this thing on. It turned off on its own. Come on. And it doesn't want to fucking stay on. What's the problem, bro? I think the batteries I put in here are duds. Okay, back in action. Lost about a minute there. All right, so here, we'll show you guys the Micro B. Oh, the remote keeps dying. It's weird, the remote keeps dying. I think it's the batteries. You hear that sound? They're like the tires are gripping. It jumps flat, easy to control. See that? It's really nice. Okay, let's try the WL now. WL, which needs to be turned back on now. All right, it's on. I don't know why it cuts off so quickly if I just leave it on. I guess it's a safety thing. All right, let's try this thing. It's gonna be kind of ugly, but let's just see. I'm doing it on speed too. See, I can't even control it. The rear tires have no grip. I can't even get it to go straight, bro. What's going on here? Oh, the trim is screwed up. All right, let's see. So this car is about $50. You're gonna need a set of rear low-C tires. I don't know if they sell them. Probably $10, and you're gonna need a set of oil shocks for about $10. And then I think this thing would run good. It just needs some better rear tires and some oil shocks. So, having said that, you're gonna be probably in this car for like $80. Honestly, just buy the Micro B. Unless you really like to just modify stuff. It's not a big enough price delta. It's not like where the K989 is like $30 and the Mini Z is $200. And so you got room to upgrade. If you just want a little fun little carpet racer, just get the Micro B. It's $120. You could probably find them used for $100. Versus this, about $50, you'll have at least $70 or $80 in it by the time you're done. Again, this might work better on like carpet. Here, I'm gonna take this over here. If you have like a rough surface, if you have a rough surface to run it on, it's a little bit better. You definitely can't run it on some kind of a smooth surface here. So let me show you kind of how it goes on a little bit of a rougher surface. I have to be very gingerly with the steering input, because if I just give it full throttle, it'll lose traction. So if you're running this on like short pile carpet, it actually might be able to work. Just upgrade the suspension, because you could tell that the suspension in the Micro B is better. but it jumps pretty flat. You can see that it jumps nice. Battery just died. That's what that beeping is. Anyway, if you're a tinker and you like to make stuff, I'm gonna turn this shit off. Shut up. If you're a tinker and you like to make things drive better, I'm a tinker. Like, so this is for me. I will buy this for $50 and I will spend another $50 trying to make it better than the Micro B at less than the Micro B price. But if you want something, you know, fun, that drives great out of the box, just get the Micro B. Where's my Micro B? Here it is. This is still the gold standard. At $110, $120, this is the one to have. It's just perfect out of the box. Plus it also has a metal chassis, which makes it heavier and it just feels better. It's even better than the GT24, which you can get for like, I think $100, you can buy the kit. Anyway, there you have it, folks. It's kind of long-winded video, a lot more detail than you probably wanted, but there's the review of the WLToys Speedster Vagrant. The actual part number on it is, I think, 14424 something or other. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. The number on it is the 244016. There you have it, folks. Appreciate your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.